Howdy. Today, Alexis and I will be discussing the benefits of the green lacewing and the honeybee. While both play critical niches in the environment, this debate will center on deciding one thing: which organism is more beneficial. My name is Haley Beddingfield, and today I will be defending Chrysaloptera rufilibris, commonly known in nature as the green lacewing.
Howdy, my name is Alexis Broussard, and I will be defending Apis mellifera today, which is an insect more commonly known to society as the honeybee. Our debate topic is, which is more beneficial, the green lacewing or the honeybee?
The green lacewing is an organism not commonly recognized. They are usually a medium-sized insect that are widespread across America. In Texas alone, we can identify up to 15 species. Although we can find these green lacewings in nearly every type of region, you're more likely to bump into one in dense vegetation. This provides protection from natural predators of the organism, which includes animals like bats, birds, spiders, and dragonflies. The biological importance of the green lacewing spans further than many insects. These insects are some of the few to complete a full metamorphosis. In its 4 to 6 week lifespan, a female lacewing has the ability to lay up to 800 eggs. This is one of the many benefits the species provides. While they don't last long, they sure reproduce quickly. Some might see this as problematic, but when we analyze the niche of the species, we can see that it proves to be the exact opposite. The green lacewing plays a critical role in the environment in both the larval and adult life stages. Larvae of the lacewing provide some of the best pest control the world has ever seen. Their main food preys include aphids, flies, and caterpillars, some of the most prevalent pests humans encounter. They are ideal for aphid control specifically, as each lacewing larvae can devour 200 or more pests or pest eggs during that stage. Even better, lacewing larvae are safe near humans and our beloved animals, so scientists have yet to discover a negative impact from these organisms. The extensive and successful use of lacewings in pest control, along with their inability to harm humans and animals, label them as one of the most useful insects around. In fact, green lacewings are even being grown in labs and distributed in areas in need of control. As a result, we are able to utilize a naturally occurring organism to halt devastating infestations. This means farmers, ranchers, and gardeners, or anyone looking to limit pest control, no longer have to rely on pesticides and insecticides known to disrupt the natural environment. Adult lacewings are also key pollinators and help to maintain the health of the ecosystem. The biological and economic impacts of these animals prove to be extensive as their benefits reach far and wide.
The honeybee is widely known for the many ways it has almost been commercialized through media in America, but in reality, the honeybee is actually native to Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, not the United States. However, the reason why honeybees have spread to regions in which they are far from their natural home is because society sees the value honeybees hold and the beneficial prize they are in many ways. They are beneficial and have both an economic and biological importance to our world. A helpful aspect of honeybees is how adaptable they are to temperate climates, and how well they reproduce colonies. This increases their ability to hoard nectar in order to store and create large amounts of wax, royal jelly, and honey. These substances also restrict the spread of diseases which aid in colony health. This in turn fuels business for human consumption. The products honeybees make have become commercial and medicinal as well, with propolis and even their venom aiding in improving human health from the many ways that they collect antimicrobial molecules from the plants. The most popular product from honeybees is their honey, hence the name, and it has become a crucial staple of American agriculture and global food production coming from the pollination of crops. In fact, worker honeybees have specialized bodies for pollen and nectar collection with the unique feature of their hind legs formed with a corbicula, or commonly known as the pollen basket, which are perfectly developed to carry large quantities of pollen back to the colony. Specifically, bee bread is a product from what honeybees do with the pollen, and it has more health benefits naturally occurring along with being a detoxifying and antibacterial agent. Because of the products these insects produce, they are considered a keystone species, and management of honey bees is a hobby many people around the world have picked up and varies in many ways.
Honeybees are important animals, there's no denying that. However, they only aid us in one way. Pollination is their key impact on nature, but why do we consider them more important than other insects that play the same role? In addition, the domestication and harvesting of honeybees has negatively impacted other species of bees. While it would be a reach to call them an invasive species, honeybees are known to compete and interfere with wild bees, the kind native to their region. A study done on the Pacific island of New Caledonia yielded these results. Researchers found that researchers found that honeybees established themselves so successfully that native bees became displaced. They even went as far to hypothesize that honeybees were a key factor in the endangerment of New Caledonian bees. The green lacewing, however, only poses a threat to invasive species, yet not at a rate in which they will go extinct. When weighing the benefits to the harms, it seems as though lacewings do more good than they ever could harm.
Your point of the green lacewing being one of the most helpful natural biological pest control agents is undeniable. However, something many novice gardeners overlook when bringing bees into their garden crops is that they produce a honeydew which ants are attracted to, which can indeed raise the ant population to where it would become a pest if the population is not presently controlled upon bringing the lacewings into the environment. The larva, which is the predator stage in life, also do not fly, as many other biological predators do. So farmers need to travel the distance of their crop and strategically put many of them exactly where they want, where the pests are, in order to see the change. Other than being a pollinator as an adult, these two traits seem to be the only thing green lacewings add to society. On the other hand, although society commonly knows honeybees mainly as pollinators that sometimes give a painful sting upon impact, which is usually only a defense mechanism when the bees feel threatened, these insects also yield products that are extremely beneficial for human consumption, both as edible food but also as products that increase human health. In fact, these insects have been and are still being used for research in the medical field.
Your point about the green lacewings attracting ants is true. However, ants rarely are harmful to plants. The only time they interfere with a gardener or farmer's crops would be if they build their colony directly under a root system, which is a very unlikely occurrence, and that's usually why we see random ant piles along a yard. In fact, the attraction of ants due to lacewings could actually be very beneficial. Scientists argue that the tunnel link systems created by ants help to aerate the soil and in turn help the plants nearby grow. The common garden ant preys on caterpillars too, which are known to be a major problem for individuals trying to grow food products. Aerial forms of fertilization and control are becoming increasingly common in agriculture, so the lack of wings and mobility on the larvae of lacewings is less than problematic. In the end, the attraction of other organisms increases environmental diversity, which is even more beneficial than originally thought. Honeybees are often pests themselves. Their nests are extremely difficult to move once established and can be costly. Dangers arise if a person is stung, especially if they're allergic. The removal of these nests also requires time and professional assistance. Honey production nowadays is far from naturally occurring too. Commercial operation is also known for resulting in outstanding bee death, so is it possible that one of the main things we consume from bees could be directly impacting the health of the populations? How beneficial are the bees when we are in the process of artificially doing their jobs for them?
That is an interesting benefit that I did not think about from the addition of ants. And although bees often have negative responses because they do have stingers, they only sting in times where they feel extremely threatened. In fact, only the female worker bees have stingers, and they often don't sting unless it's their only way of defense, because after they sting, the bee itself actually dies. In the case of hive removal, honeybees typically don't choose a place with high traffic to build their hives, and in nature, they often choose hollow tree trunks so that they are not disturbed. So they may spend a few days evaluating an area where, there's human traffic and a lot of public moving, but they will only typically continue this pursuit in a certain location if the place is non-problematic to people. The fact that bees are dying is true, but it is not due to the misconception of commercial honey production. In fact, honeybee farms are actually working in response to help aid the declining honeybee population phenomenon, otherwise known as colony collapse disorder, or CCD, due to the many stressors including natural forest and foliage loss, exposure to pesticides and other insect infestations, and diseases. Because so much of agriculture depends on these pollinators, for example, the California almond forms, which are exclusively pollinated by bees and make up a large amount of the global almond crop yield, this is something that commercial honeybee farms are trying to aid in relief to help rebuild the honeybee population.
Green lacewings are an underrated organism when looking at their importance in the ecosystem. These organisms are critical in pest control. When using them, people don't have to rely on harmful chemicals that taint the environment. They are naturally and economically efficient as well. Their ability to produce and pollinate when they reach their adult stages of life adds to the benefits as well. Again, the green lacewing is unique as it doesn't disturb humans or animals, only pests. Lacewings are being further studied as a biological agent of control and can potentially help human society to eliminate pesticides and insecticides in whole regions. Their benefits outweigh the harms they pose. We should continue to educate individuals on how beneficial and important the green lacewing is in the ecosystem, since awareness would likely lead to more support in scientific fields they are a key factor in. Both the honeybee and lacewing hold important niches, yet when we compare the extent of the roles they provide, it is easy to see that the green lacewing should be considered more beneficial than the honeybee.
Honeybees are beneficial to society in many ways beyond pollination and honey production that much of the public are unaware of. It is important to teach and inform society about the research that they are being used for in the medical field, as seen to help by producing antifungal, antibacterial, antiviral, anti-inflammatory properties, along with bringing an excellent source of antioxidants to the table. There's also many other positive things to identify that there's more research to be done, especially involving cancer treatment, because it already has been found that natural honeybee products induce apoptosis of cancer cells. Tying all of these things together, honeybees are also adaptable to almost any environment, as seen when they were brought over to America, so all of these benefits can help most societies around the world. This also raises economy by using natural creatures for the potential that they bring, while also helping the environment by increasing the variety of transporting pollen around. Versatile and adaptable, education on honeybees would yield a higher appreciation for these organisms, which is why we should continue using them in research and other positive things that they are still being discovered from them.